This is the Bar Stewards Enquiry.
Right? You're talking absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
In what way?
You were an underachiever in life. I saved your bacon one time. You were gone.
You handled that well. I couldn't save you. But you did the right thing.
But that's why you don't know anything about racing, John.
I didn't say I do.
Right?
I'm saying that...
What have you contributed to racing? You're one of these take-out merchants. Take out all you can.
Hello and welcome to the Bar Stewards Enquiry. Yes, we're back as a tipping podcast, as rare as hen's eggs. No, hen's teeth. Is that it, John?
Yeah, hen's eggs aren't all that rare, funnily enough.
I've messed up already.
It's quite easy to get your hands on that dozen or so.
Just about got our best team, pound for pound, to cover York this week on the first of two podcasts, one that goes out on Friday evening for Patreon listeners and Saturday morning for free-to-air listeners. So this is the first of two that's going to cover Tuesday and Wednesday in depth and any other business on Friday with best bets, all TV races previewed. And joining me to chew the fat on this and go through our very best bets and stuff, it's Andy Richmond, Quentin Franks and John Lang. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
All right.
Yep, you can see the enthusiasm ripping and flowing through their veins. I'm going to whip them into a frenzy in a bit because I've got some big Walls ices for you on my bets this week. There are a couple of favs mixed in, but you can't get away from favs sometimes. So without further ado, let's get on to our best round, which is, of course, the best bets round. This is where we give our three best bets over Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And hopefully some of you will resonate with what we're saying and make some cash this week. So, third best bet, Mr. Frank.
My third best bet, Mr. Keys, comes in the Acomb tomorrow, 14.25. And the horse I want, I'm going to avoid the top of the market. I'm not really sold on Italy at this stage. The Godolphin horse, that form was worked out in spades, but I'm going to have a little flyer at Giwan at a double figure price, 14-1 at the moment. I was impressed with the debut, to be honest, fairly up to speed. Looked like strong form, good figure, decent upgrade thrown into the mix there. The market said he wasn't ready for it, and he didn't look ready for it. Mentally, he looked like he'll come on for the run. Physically, he looked like he was carrying condition. A month off the track, he was potentially nearer the standside rail, and that was a good thing on the day, but I'm still not 100% sold. It was a massive bias in my head, so I think price compensates for that for me. Form of the race looks solid. Ruler of Times come out and ran a big figure at Kempton. Lost Signals come out and won its race. Elusive Code ran with credit at Glorious Goodwood, and there's been potential down the field. Andrew Balding's 2-year-olds have been coming on an absolute ton this season. Was it 7 from 22 second time out? I think he had another winner bolt up at Kempton an hour ago, and 14-1 just looks a shade too big. 1 point win.
Andrew Balding, first time out 2-year-old winners are like hen's teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got that in again now. I've got it to an art form now, right? So yeah, I like this. I like opposing the top of the market. Why not? Indeed, there's fair mileage in that. We'll come on to this race later as well. Others may have bets in that as well. So let's see. We'll go to Andy Richmond for his third best.
Predictably, I'm going to go for a handicap because I like handicaps. I like trying to solve them. The Clipper must be one of the most heavily draw-factored races of the week. 8 of the last 10 have been drawn no higher than 9. The last 5 winners have been drawn 6, 8, 1, 8 and 2. Last season we had 6, 8, 1, 5 and 2 of 17. Just need a prominent run style. I know in this John is probably hoping that Leadman or Leadman, whatever way you want it, would have a better draw, but he unfortunately hasn't. Mr. O'Meara's got a good record in this. Be interested to see what happens with Blue for You from stall 1.
That's the one I was interested in, actually.
Yeah, he won this in 2022 of the 11-2 favourite off a mark of 96 from stall 1. He's down to 92. Interesting that they didn't get the tongue tie on last time out, because he's actually run 5 times in a tongue tie and he's never won in one. So I'm not sure what they're doing there. The draw is heavily factored into this. I didn't really want to go for a favourite, but Bullet Points form is bomb-proof, isn't it? He's got a prominent run style. He's £3 well in. The shirt loves this meeting. He's drawn in 3. The second in the Hunt Cup to My Cloud was a good piece of form. Didn't get beaten. What did he get beaten to? Short head or something. Second last time out to the third in the Britannia, Fear Not. It all adds up. It's not a great price, but to be honest with you, I couldn't bet in this race. I wouldn't want to bet him in this race. I'm not going to lose on this race if he wins. The 3-year-old in the race, the sole 3-year-old in the race, Removes, not got a great draw, but he might actually be better than that in time. Old Cock from 13 can have a bit of a problem.
Yay!
We all need a bit of Old Cock sometimes.
Fry loves a bit of Old Cock.
Yeah, but I better not say that. Blue for You would be interesting. The other interesting one is Sisyphean. Good run style for this. I don't know why they run this horse at Ascot, because it's just never suited by it. His form at York's pretty good. 5-1, a 0, but that was on soft ground. The last twice he's run there have been second. He's been beaten by Old Cock, who had the benefit of a run. He's £3 better off with him, and he's been beaten by Removes. He's £2 better off with him for a very short distance. I'm going to certainly back Bullet Point, but if you are playing in the race, I would also save on Sisyphean, with a lot of respect for Blue for You, no matter what they do with the tongue tie.
Good stuff, mate. That's Andy kicking us off in the Clipper, of course, on Thursday. Moving on to Mr. John Leng for his, of course, third best bet.
My third best bet is in the Acomb Stakes.
Ooh.
And it's the same house as Quentin.
Yeah.
Wow, we already got a klaxon. We're round one
Yeah.
klaxon stuff. I love this.
Unbelievable, isn't it? I thought I've done one out here. No.
Loving this at these prices.
Yeah, I mean, the race has worked out smashing, really. I mean, I think there's reasons to oppose Italy. He didn't look like a fraction of the horse the hype made him out to be at Newmarket. I mean, unless you're just going to excuse it by saying he was running on swampland, I think you have to dig deep to find a reason for him to be shy of 2-1, you know? The Godolphin one looks all right, but the target horses at this every year and they never win it. They don't. There's someone every year that gets stuffed. And I don't know why, but it doesn't seem to suit them.
No.
This one, I think the fact that he ran Chaldane in this 2 years ago, didn't he? Or was it 3 years?
3.
3. Trainers do like him for like the better two, they follow the same sort of pattern. And I think there's every reason to think this might be all right. And the price is well out of kilter for me.
Why has he booked Farmer McDonald, do you think?
Where's he?
Well,
What?
He's got a great record ride. Have you seen McDonald's record riding for Balding?
No, I haven't. No, go on, tell me.
Well, hang on. Let me find me the right note.
Yeah.
Because I was going to mention it later, but we might as well mention it now. He's got an unbelievably good record. He won 2 big handicaps in a row for him up north. One of them was the Old Newton Cup at Haydock. I can't remember what the
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, there we go. There's the. But he has got a massively good record for him. Hang on, I'll just find the.
When it's 22%, 40 wins from 182, 1.16
right.
actual over expected.
Yeah, 9.66 would be the winners above expected figure. So it is pretty good. Normally I look at it in handicaps, but he's pretty useful when he books him.
Round 1, and we're already on klaxon form. You've got to love this. Gewan, 14-1 to set us off. Right, okay, I'll finish the round off. Just a few pointers for the meeting in regards to punters. The straight course at York this season has very much favoured the middle of the track. Stalls 7-13 are on fire. It seems either wing is not that great in the closing stages. Just seems to be that middle of the track that seems to do well in sprint handicaps this year. So that's pointer 1. Pointer 2 would be day 1 in particular. You need to oppose the Cannonballs, because there's a strange sort of variance here. Normally the wind at York is west-southwest or southwesterly, but everyone's going to freeze the bollocks off tomorrow because it's a northeasterly, and it's 12 mph steady with 28 mile an hour gusts folks. So think about that when they're blasting off as usual, because they will, and all the pundits will be saying front end on the straight course. Not tomorrow, folks. It's opposed the Cannonballs. So I am going to do just that with my third best bet. It goes in the 150 tomorrow. That's the Hong Kong King Kong will pull
Hong
whatever
Kong
they do.
Fooey.
Yeah, Hong Kong Fooey. That's it. Absolutely, Andy. Yeah.
Quicker than a human eye.
And hopefully Jordan Electrics will be just that, because the double figures, I'm disappointed he was 14s, and as always in this fucking game, the odds always collapse. But still 10 to 1 available with Entain. That's the price I want. I'm not taking 7s and 6s. Bollocks. 10 to 1 is a very square price, because you look at this horse. Last year, he was a revelation, improved a massive amount, £30. So you think he's got to be done at 9 years old. He has to be done. Second to JM Jungle in this last year. He's off a pound lower mark. That is top level form. And then this year, reappeared at York behind Elman Jed, drawn completely wrong. Trap 17, I believe. On trap 14, but he was on the wrong part of the track. And then didn't get much run either under Lauren Young, so wasn't off floater. And then last time out, 9th in the Stewards Cup, finishing very close up on the far side of the track. And he's got all his ability intact. Make no mistake. So I think a big run here, because I think he'll get cover from that trap 11 draw. I think he'll be just in behind the pace. He hasn't got the pace to lead some of these in here. So I think that's the perfect trip. And it'll be centre track, hopefully, under Paul Mulrennan. And I think double figures each way a pleasure is the right call. So each way for me, Jordan Electrics to finish the round.
Only been out the first 4 once under Mulrennan in 12 starts.
I tell you what, like we talk about horse, I feel sorry for this horse in a way. Right, so this horse has had 76 starts, and you think it'd be very bored by now. I very rarely tip pensioners. 16 wins from 76 starts, and it's only 192,000.
Yeah.
That is scandalous. 16 wins. Yap won 200 bags.
You ain't even covered your cost of keep, have you?
No. I feel so British. Yeah, it's tight. So there we go. Right, we move on to the second round. We're going to swing it round back to Jonas straight away. Your second best bet, please.
Such a lack of prize money there. I bet they wish they'd just shut it now.
Could have got it one of them funeral plans, John.
Well, they could have had a fucking state show because they're about 35 down on daily, aren't they?
16 wins. Let that sink in.
One carriage and that. Honestly, that's sick, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
This is why we're fighting the good fight and
we are
hating the slots. Everyone associated with them. Evening, boys. Second best bet. Sorry, I digress.
No, fine. Yeah, no.
I spent quite a bit of time thinking Lowther was not going to get in the Clipper, and then I realised he was going to get in the Clipper. But I didn't really want him to get in the Clipper because I thought he'd have a cakewalk in the mile handicap later in the week. And he gets declared for the Clipper, and I've missed the 40s and 50s, and here we are at 6 to 1. It's clever stuff, isn't it?
What price is he, Blue, for you?
He's about 60s, I think, on Sparkspoke.
Is he?
I'll tell you for where, though, because he's probably going to win it.
Hang on, I'm getting mixed prices here. Quentin, can you help me out with prices? Because, my odds checker's gone a bit gear.
12's top.
12, John.
Betfair have acted. They're minimum 60s, and I felt sick. I was looking around just before pod started, so I didn't have a chance to say what he was elsewhere. So that's all right, 12. I had it in my mind 2 runs back that he was just coming to boil this. And with him being a former Clipper winner, I don't think it's against Al Misery Guts to just sort of ease the brakes on a bit the last twice. And I think that's been something of the case. I'm a little bit disappointed Danny North hasn't picked him, but he made his pick before the draw, apparently. And with Ledman going up 5 this morning, he probably felt he'd be a bit of a dick if he didn't pick it, really. I think Lowther will probably make him look a bit of a dick anyway, because I think Lowther will win it.
Nice at 12s for John. On the nostrils, John? Or any each way?
Yes, straight win. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, straight win bet for John. No problem there. Andy, coming to you for your second best.
I'm gonna have to do a bit of split slate wanker in here, because there's 2 horses I really wanted to back from the from the eponymous BTB column, and they both run in the Fillies Handicap in the 5:20 on Thursday, the last race on Thursday, the old Getting Out Stakes. The first is Dance in the Storm with O'Sheen on. Just thought this horse ran so well last time out. First time she's actually settled in a race, to be honest with you, last time out. And she just did well to split two. I mean, we all know how it rode, and it was hard to come from off the pace. And she split two more prominently ridden types in the 7 furlong handicap in Mugdeer and Aurora Majesty. They were both last time out winners. The race itself contained 5 last time out winners. I'd just be interested if they actually took her back in distance, actually, because her pedigree screams that she should be all right at 6, but I think she's far enough at this. And the reason I wanted to split it is because I'm not completely convinced about the draw here. But I also wanted to be with Maybe Not, who absolutely pissed up last time out on the all-weather. And I think she's drawn low in 3, so I'm going to split the stake between those two, Maybe Not and Dance in the Storm. I thought those two are very, very impressive. It's a tough old race. There's actually another horse in there, Ormolu, who's got a chance, but I'll take those two against the field, Dance in the Storm and Maybe Not. I just think they're 2 fillies who are just miles in front of their marks.
Good stuff. 7-1, Dance in the Storm, 5-1, Maybe Not, roughly 5-2.
Yeah.
Stroke 9-4, the
Take
Dutch
that
against the field for Andy in terms sort of the old staking system of a 1-point win on each. Good stuff, mate. Back to me then for my second best. Goes on the Thursday. I like picking these races. The sales race. Yes. Yes.
$500,000.
I really like one in here. And my good friend who's on this show this evening, Mr. Franks, pointed me in the direction of this horse last time. It didn't win, but I think it ran into one. It's Song of the Clyde. It ran into Egurley last time out at Newbury. And I think we'll find that could be a very, very big run because Egurley's in the gym crack. And I'm not saying it'll win the gym crack, but I think it's a very underrated horse still, simply because I think it disappointed at Goodwood last time. It was on the wrong part of the track, but it won its race of that group. People look at that and say, well, it got thrashed at Goodwood, but it was in the centre of the track. And I think this form might be stronger than it looks, because if you look at the 4th horse in the race, 5 Ways, of Andrew Balding's, we put this out as an edge bet or an early bird bet, I can't remember, but 5 Ways won by 5 wickets at Salisbury next time out. And I just think there's something about this form. Before that, Song of the Clyde beat Angel of Anfield, who then bolted up in its maiden. Gascony, the 4th horse, has won a nursery. I genuinely think this horse is better than what he's shown. Rossarine in the plate, again, won't lead, will track the pace. And again, I think that's what you want this week. Well, Wednesday, Thursday in particular, the wind is enough in your face. So I am confident of a big run from Song of the Clyde. It is a very competitive affair, and I would look for place terms on the day. To Dedge, right, Holly Doyle will blast that off into the wind. She'll blast it off. No good. 11-4, absolutely pass, complete pass. I am quite confident around the 14-1 mark each way. A pleasure again, Song of the Clyde. Quentin, coming to you to finish the round.
My second best bet, Lee, is 16:45 York, Thursday. Nursery, Safi Osborne on top, Jamie Osborne, the trainer. Just need the name of the horse now. Amazing Journey, there we go. Just like him as a type. Think he's gradually progressing. One at Chepstow, outpaced, ran on strongly, shaped like he needed 7 that day. Over here at York again, off of 76, beat a modest field, but did so pulling away again, shaping like he needed 7. Got his 7th furlong at Glorious Goodwood. Found trouble in running on multiple occasions, ended up on the wrong part of the track, more away from the favoured stand-side rail. Stayed on strongly and just, he's been bumped up £1 for that, which is absolutely fine. I think 82, they're still scratching the surface. He'll get further than 7 furlongs. It's an open competitive race. You can make cases for plenty, but they put him in 10 and he feels more of the 11-2-5 poke. And with a decent draw to work from, you're not going to lead into the headwind. Well, you hope you don't lead into the fucking headwind. He appeals as an overpriced horse. 2 points win even.
Yeah, I did go through this race, and what an outstanding renewal, obviously for 100k added as a nursery. You'd expect that. There are, like you say, Quentin, there are probably like 4 or 5, maybe more than that in here with very realistic chances. I do like Amazing Journey. Lang says, look at Lang's notes here. We like Lang's notes. I like this. He says, did well here, coming from the back. This was just on the 23rd of June. But he might need his bollocks off before too long, though.
It was on that daft day when it pissed it down at Goodwood, and they came right over to the stand because Sir Albert won the race, and he grabbed the stand so rail. An Amazing Journey was stuck out in the middle of the course.
Yeah.
I think I put one in BTB from that, the second out of that Spinning Lizzie from remembering. It was stuck out there, but Amazing Journey was on the short list. Just one thing, if people are betting early in that race, Dublin Bay is in as favourite, and that one is also declared tomorrow in the 5:20 on Wednesday. So just be careful, you might cop yourself a little Rule 4 there if that happens.
Interesting. Like it says,
Are the bollocks off now then?
Yeah.
They are not.
They are not, John. They are intact. They are dangling like magniers after he's just had a Group 1 winner.
Fucking hell. That's a health and safety issue then.
That finishes the second round. On to the third round. This is our best bets round of all things. I'll kick us off because I'm going to come back to the Acomb.
Huh.
Yes. Sadly, it's not a fog-on. I wanted it to be. But still, an interest. It is Rochefort Bridge of Adrian Keatley's. This is very under the radar. Jimmy Fife is more accustomed to owning jumpers. And they get 100 grand for this. That'd be a lot for them. That's on the upper side of their purchase tank. So anyway, on debut at Ayr, it didn't look much of a race. You're thinking at the time, well, odds-on favourites not ran its race. So you're thinking it's probably flattered this and the other. Oh, no, it's not, as they say in pantomime.
Yeah, behind you.
The sectionals on this are incredible. Definitely is stakes class, without a doubt. I'm not even having a debate on this. This is stakes class. Now look at the form here. This was caught wide, right? Secret Adversary, which has since come out and beat Brussels, Tipperary. So the form's been franked in spades. Obviously reverberates, pissed up, and it's Catterick Maiden, which you'd probably expect. The Secret Adversary, I didn't have a nice trip because it was held up last, but Rochefort Bridge was sort of held up just in front of it, but always wide. And I'm thinking, you don't want to be there, mate, round the bends. You know, like, come on, beeswax, get this in the right posse. Never did, right? But still, this horse showed a lot of class. Absolutely quickened up. The sectionals are enormous. Time Lords will back this. I'd be amazed if they don't. I'm saying this horse is at least 100, which, all right, that might not be enough. If it runs to 100, is that enough to win this? Maybe not. But still, we're dealing with 14-1. And whilst, obviously, I respect what you guys have said about Baldings, you've got to include this as well, because, seriously, this could be a very good horse. The form's there, the time's there, and because it's trained by Adrian Paul Keatley, if this had been trained by Balding, it'd probably be... If this was Andrew Balding, by the name of this horse would be about 11-2. Like tops. And I don't think he's a bad handler. He can train. He's done it with a few 2-year-olds of late. So I think Rochefort Bridge at 14-1 is outstanding each way value. And all my selections, I'd recommend listeners to put in an each way patent, because I feel that all selections have very valid claims to being in the mix. Quentin, your best.
Fire up the old horse.
He's found Nev's klaxon.
The klaxon is 14.25 in the old Harry's Half Millions, and it's Song of the Clyde.
Yeah.
I think this is a ridiculous price.
Yes.
It's the form's solid. You've got a massive upgrade in the saddle. Chester winning a good time. Form makes sense. Angel of Anfield's come out and won its novice. I just felt nothing really went its way last time. You had a goalie hanging across it. But you look at the race, the goalie's come out and ran meh. But Gooken's come and hit the crossbar pretty much at Newmarket. 5 ways bolted up in a good time. Very good time, actually, at Salisbury when we slung it up for edge. I think from a physical standpoint, he's improving all the time. And this race on a straight track just feels ideal for him. I can crab the favourite. It's a lazy sod. Will the blinkers work again? And Thelia's they're going to find physically other horses improving past her. Frontline Fury, right part of the track at Nace or wherever it was, somewhere in Ireland last time out. He's going to get the right ride. It's the right draw. And he's improving. I have absolutely no idea how this is 14-1. I think it is an absolute cracking bet. Faster ground will suit as well. I don't know why you fucked around going each way, Lee. 3 points win 14-1.
Too many nosebleeds this summer. You've summed it up well again. So 14-1, 2 Claxons at double figures. This is what you pay your £9 plus VAT for to get on at the best prices before the freebies listen in the morning. Brilliant stuff, Quentin. Coming to John next. John, for your third best bet.
Well, best bet, isn't it? Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably not much difference between my third best and my best.
Did I say third best?
You did.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
You know, I blame this new 57% bathtub gin. Carry on.
All right. Yeah, the best bet, the early part of the week for me, is in the nursery tomorrow, and that is the Scaffolder's horse, Utmost Respect. I saw this on debut at York, where he was value for a rating of 90 plus as the moral winner of his debut. And he was definitely the moral winner because he probably got one of the worst 3 rides I've seen all season in that race. And if he'd been ridden properly, he would have definitely copped a rating of 90. They then proceeded to go to Ascot, where it was all a bit too much for him. I don't think he likes big hats. Anyway, he gets over that, and the rather shrewdly, I thought, went to Hamilton to knock the maiden. Well, you're not going to get persecuted for winning a Hamilton maiden, are you? And I think he comes here on a very, very tasty mark, because I tend to think he's underdog. I think the fact that they went straight to Ascot as a maiden leads you to believe they think he's underdog. Chances are he's underdog.
So, John, 6-1. There's been money for this.
There has. Some of it's been mine.
Yeah. Well, there you go. John's smashing it in at 6-1. Utmost Respect. I must admit, it was one of the sort of 5 or 6 in that I was looking at. Obviously, we'll come to a decision on that maybe tomorrow come post time with regards to pricing. But yeah, Utmost Respect is certainly on the list, and John definitely likes it. And he says it's potentially, what is it, John?
Probably underdog.
There you go. Triple figures for John to finish us off, literally. Mr. Andy Richmond, what is your best bet?
Get your funeral. Well, you nearly had another Claxon, because Utmost Respect was 4th on my list, and he was on the list for the best bet, actually. So yeah, you can take a bit more confidence out of that. But like John, I've had a dabble on it already. So, but in the end, I wanted to go with one of my old friends in the staying race tomorrow. Great to see him win the Greats and Wilfred, wasn't it?
Ah, that is him.
Yeah, really made my Saturday, that did. It's in the staying race. Alphonse Legrand, who did the hokey cokey around winning, whether he did or didn't win the Cesarewitch last year, eventually got it. I thought he ran a tremendous race at Ascot last time out. Hard to say he wasn't off a yard, but I'm not too sure that he was, actually. It was in the Ascot Stakes. Saw a Irish 1, 2, 3, 4, but he caught the eye from miles further back. It was his second outing of the season. Card didn't really fall his way. Got Spencered, to be quite honest with you. Held up, travelled well, which is what you want to do in this race tomorrow. Should be able to find his way through. He finished 8th. He had loads more to give. I think he's still on a good mark. There's nothing in this race really that would frighten me. I thought Terrorise is quite an interesting horse. It'd be interesting when they stick him back over hurdles. But the second in was one the Haggis horse, the Haggis fillies, a little bit. But it's the first time she's gone over 2 miles. But Alphonse Legrand for what would have been the old 3-pointer tomorrow.
And that's available at 7-2 with the books. Was 9-2. Again, they spoil it everyone, these people.
Yeah.
Dreadful punters, dreadful people, forcing prices in so we can have a good fair dibs. It's disgraceful, Andy. Hopefully, folks, you will get like something from our best bets and maybe formulate sort of multiple bets from that on ones you like. That's the best way to play us, really. Like, look at it yourselves and think, right, well, I agree with John or I agree with Andy, agree with Quentin. That's the best way to approach when punting this meeting. We're at home. We have a good record here. So let's hope we can continue this going forwards with
There'll
the
be
best.
people contacting boatmakers now asking for prices about Martin Dixon actually having 10 teeth.
Oh dear. They certainly grab us, the Dixons. I'm watching Dixon and Luck on racing TV as we record the day before. They're even talking York the day before at York.
Yeah, I
The
tell you
TV.
what, he didn't want to talk strike yesterday, did he, William Darby?
No,
Ooh,
he was kind of.
He's a Nottingham miner, isn't he? He's a scab.
Well, the thing is, I mean, Sky Bet pump a lot of money into the sponsorship of the Ebor meetings.
He's driving his Vauxhall Visa right through the picket line. scattering the lads in the donkey jack. There's me and Gosden stood there round a blazing bin. And
I'd have seen him
straight for us doing about 60. Saying, right, you bastards.
John, I'd have seen him more as an Austin Allegro man.
Well,
Right.
with Ava's busting us straight.
This is it, right? So on to the TV races tomorrow, and it's the 150 at York, which is obviously one. I'm the only one to tip in this, and brave enough to tip in this in Jordan Electrics for Big Jim, Paul Mulrennan. So I'll sit this one out. Andy, anything interested on this one?
Oh, don't know. I think there's not been any 3-year-old winners in it, so the man being favourite slightly put me off, although they seem to have waited for this from his last run when he won over course and distance of 84. He got spanked up £8 for that. But there were 6 individual winners from that race, so it's actually worked out quite well. Like you, I'm sort of tend to favour the sort of middle draw. I thought Trefor back to 5 furlongs was quite interesting. I'm not sure that he got the run of the race last time out. And Air Force One, who won the Jump Jockeys Nunthorpe under Danny McMiniman, from stall 14, he's quite nicely drawn. I think he's got some good pace to occupy a position. Wouldn't be a race I'd be going mad about, I must admit, but I thought Trefor and Air Force One were a couple of pokes against the field alongside your Jordan Electric.
Cool. Quentin, any views here?
I'm just going to roll in with you, Lee. To be honest, sprint handicaps aren't really my bag, in truth. The man, he missed Ascot because he was sick and had a temperature, and then they pulled him out at Goodwood because the rain came, for what it's worth. But no strong opinion, so I'm quite happy to side with your better judgment.
Just an interesting thing regarding York, just before I come to John's opinion on the race. Obviously, like, there was a bit of an anomaly yesterday where York didn't get much rain. He got 0.4 millimetres. The going stick went from 6.7 to 6.0. I believe at the moment currently resides at 6.3. Assuming we get no rain, it's rather dull here looking outside at the moment, but it doesn't look rain threatening. I would say it's probably going to be 6.6-ish come the morning. Now, that doesn't say good to firm to me on historical evidence. I'd say it's more good, I'll be honest. That's how I see it. That's how I've played the meeting. I think it's good ground. I think that's what the jockeys will report after the first. I don't think it'll be slow. I don't think it'll be particularly quick. When they see the headwind and it's 2 or 3 seconds slow at first, they'll say, oh it's soft ground, good to soft that, you know. But I don't think they're taking into account that there will be a headwind for the first sprint, so I can't see a quick time, in all fairness. But that's how I see it. John, any view here?
Are we all familiar with the musical? And
yes.
Right.
Tomorrow.
That's the kiddie. If they did a reboot of that and Jason Voorhees got her, I'd rather watch that.
We've been doing this, 4 or 5 years now, John. So now I've got Annie, you know, the original, not the latest Annie, the original one.
Yeah.
The absolutely singing young curly-haired schoolgirl. And Jason Voorhees comes in and fucking
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
I'm not keen on York Sprint.
It's the mental images. This is it.
I'm
Yeah,
still having. I'm
step
still
inside
having.
my head somewhere.
I might have to do a grok on that. Annie and Jason Voorhees. You watch our listeners. They'll be doing it on like this AI shit and fucking saying, "Here you go. Here's Jason Voorhees coming in on Annie."
I'm still having therapy from John mentioned. What was it? The Middlesbrough Steamer? No, it isn't.
Cleveland Steamer.
Cleveland Steamer. Yeah. How you got away with naming
You
all
can still have Middlesbrough Steamer. They do it in Middlesbrough as well, Andy. Yeah.
I'm still having therapy. I'm still having therapy.
They do it in Middlesbrough, but they chuck a handful of broken glass in.
Right. Anyway, let's get back on topic. 225. Acomb. Of course, so me, John, and Quentin.
You've all had a go.
Andy, the dance floor's yours.
Well, I would have been similar to you two buggers, or you three buggers, to be quite honest with you, because I didn't really like Italy, to be honest with you. And I did look at the times for the old Rochefoot Bridge for Jimmy Banana's Fife. And G1 on the Balding McDonald angle scored very well, and I thought it was overpriced. Of the two at the front end of the market, I probably prefer Distant Storm, although Apples, as John pointed out earlier, he's never won the race. That form of his debut is very, very strong, though. The second, third, fifth, sixth, seventh, ninth, and 10th have all won. So if we don't win it with this, he should probably give up running in the Acomb. But I prefer Distant Storm out of the front too, but I would rather have a couple of pokes at G1 and Rochefoot Bridge and side with you boys.
Good stuff. Let's hope we get it right at some big odds. To be honest, for the pod, I prefer Giwan for selfish reasons. I hope mine wins. But anyway, at 3 o'clock, the 12 furlong Great Voltigeur this year is, of course, contested, I think, a little bit surprisingly by a Derby winner. Come on, Statters. When was the last Derby winner to run in Great Voltigeur?
If it's the 80s and 70s and 80s,
I don't think we've had one in the 2000s, have we?
I can't remember anything in recent memory, like when I've been on Betfair, any Derby winner running in a Great Voltigeur. It's kind of bizarre.
That's one I can think of. Reference Point.
Yeah, Reference Point didn't he? Because
I can't think of how it ends.
So coming to the race, Lamborn obviously very solid claims. He's a good horse. Is he 120? I don't know. It's hard to work out 3 years. But Stay True, I like as a type a lot. I know Jack, our very own young Jack, loves Stay True very much. John likes him from his notes that I can see.
I think there's a bet there with that Stay True. If you can get something equivalent to say 2-1 now to 4 without the foul.
Yeah.
I think that would be a hell of a bet, because I'm going to tell you why now. Karma's, this is the biggest fuck up ever. Whatever it needed, he didn't need this before the Ledger. He's made the running at Ascot. They'll come here, think they have to make the running and run the finish out at Lamborn. So he's going to cop a fucking hard race on the front end here. And that's not an ideal Ledger prep. And then they'll go there to the Ledger after he's got collared 100 yards out here. And they'll say, we'll have to make it more of a test. And that'll be absolutely carpeted for next year.
No, strong opinion, mate. Stay True's an horse that interests me a lot. If there's one to probably turn over the fav, it wouldn't be surprise me if that happens. It's happened before with the O'Brien runners. Only thing that worries me though, John, and they've done this before as well, do they want a Derby winner beat? Do you kind of get it? Like if it comes...
He's not unbeaten, is he?
No, if you get beat by Stay True, it's devaluing Derby, isn't it? Really?
Well, it is at the minute, but if Stay True went on a 1.5, you wouldn't mind so much. He's probably got places where he has to go with these horses as well. I mean, once they've won one and they're at a certain level, you'd be taking a step back if you ran him anywhere else. And he's maybe a bit short of options for the likes of Stay True, regarding where he would go for his fourth run without taking this race in. I think he'll run on his merits in this, because I think, like the Queen's Rise, I think Karma's will make this a tough race. I don't think this is going to be a cakewalk for anything, because I think they'll be going at it.
Interesting opinion. Andy?
Well, on official ratings, they've all got tons to find with Lambourne, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're giving away £2 to £5. If he wins this, he's a good horse. Like John, I wish I like Calmers. I think I'd him up for the Queen's Vase this year on one of the pods. But like John, I'm thinking, do you really need to run him here? Be interested if Pride of Arras can come back to form on a course that we know he likes. Stayed True is probably the most interesting, but where's he been?
Yeah, 3 months off.
I haven't seen anything about him having an injury or
I've had no info on the grapevine.
he had a problem or something, or they just haven't. Maybe they saved him for the back end of the year. Don't know. Certainly very interesting.
Maybe just need a bit of time.
Maybe he just needs a bit of time. So he's certainly the interesting one, and I do like Calmers as a horse, but I just wish they didn't run him here because I did sort of want to back him each way in the ledger, but I'm not going to do that now. On the fact that I do think he might just get too hard a race here tomorrow, and it could take a lot out of him. He's actually had, he's not had many races, and he's had some hard races. That was quite a hard race, that Queen's Vase as well. I know he's been given time to get over it, but
Well, we caught that, Andy, when that further ran so quickly in the Bahrain Trophy.
Yeah.
Completely expected that to get dicked, and it was nice to see it bounce
and then
back.
Look what happened this weekend. So, watching the whole race is a bit of a watching brief. But if there is a really interesting one in it, it would be Stay True. And let's face it, Aidan isn't adverse to winning with the second, third, fourth, etc., string in decent races, is he?
No. Quentin, coming to you, Lambourne feels fairly weak in the market. It's getting towards even money. What's your take on the race?
I think he's short enough at the top of the market, to be honest. Is he really a 120 horse? I'd be looking to get him in the book at sub levels, to be honest. You can make cases for horses improving, Pride of Arras gelding, Arabian Forces, bet like he's got a 103 rating, but he's a lot better than that. The market seems to have grabbed a bunch finisher, Hamilton, but I don't really think there's anything wrong with that form. Lambourne's got to give weight away. He's a grinder, and they're gonna have to make it a test. Calmers will do that dropping in trip, but the Queen's Vase form is rock solid. I just feel Lambourne's just not as good as the ratings are making out for him to be at this stage. A small A on him would be my opinion on the race.
Okay, good stuff. 335, the International, the big one, which sadly has fallen short of obviously recent renewals. I'll start us off with what I think. Obviously, they paid a fair bit of money for Burr Castle to come over and pacemake to try and make a decent gallop. Deriz, the unbeaten French 3-year-old, I'll be honest, I've watched the French runs. It's a very keen sort. I can't have this. If this wins a Juddmonte, I'll be shocked. It's too keen. Most of its races, it grabs hold of it, and no, it's just not for me. You'll not get away with it against these at this level. See the Fire, they shouldn't have run at Goodwood. That was a terrible bit of placement, although Balding's had a fantastic year. Why on earth did they run that on bad ground? And surely this was the pie. This was the piece of pie that this horse...
You'd think you'd let Fair in charge that day, wouldn't you?
You'd think so. It's dismal. So I don't know if Jeff Smith had anything to do with it in terms of saying, oh, we're running at Goodwood or whatever, but that was a terrible decision in my view. Dan Under Seal, I don't think has enough class. The win at Maidan, for me, it was impressive, but it was slow fractions and it just showed its foot. Its overall form in Japan, it's not amazing. It's, again, if it's beating some of our best, you'd be like going, geez. So again, I can't have that. Delacroix, for me, is the bet, and it's solid at 2-1. If you get 2-1 Delacroix, that's the bet. The reason I say this is because it beat Ombudsman in Sandown. It shouldn't have beat Ombudsman at Sandown, and it still did. The sectionals said it that it shouldn't have won. It should not have won. It did. That's the thing. I think he's a better horse than Ombudsman. He's got serious gears. And that's where I will be. I'm a player at Delacroix at 2-1. Job.
I couldn't agree more. he can't grow a leg at Sandown. Right.
A fifth leg, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right where it counts. No, I mean he finished off that day. I mean he was sweeping past running. I couldn't be against him against Ombudsman here, so I'm just going him. I know there's any margin in the price.
No.
15, I'm looking at 16 to 8 and I think, well, I can either back it or walk. I'm not terribly asked. I don't feel I must back it. But
No.
as for the most likely winner, I'd say that.
Yeah, it's not a must bet, but at 2 to 1, I'm a better, not a layer at 2s. Quentin.
And with Ombudsman here, Lee, I thought he was. You said to me whatever they raced in at Sandown, you weren't keen on him in the paddock. He was a bit on edge, a bit sweaty, and you'd felt he was just feeling the effects of the Ascot race, however many days beforehand.
Good point.
And he kind of raced like that. It was Buick was keen to get handy, and he kind of half missed the break, ended up on the wing, got handy, and it felt like he was just running on petrol late doors, hanging a little bit. And yes, the sectionals say that Delacroix was much the best, and Good Horse got Ryan Moore out of trouble, but it was a hard race at Ascot. It was 2 weeks on, or whatever it was, and it did look like he was feeling the effects out, and I don't think that's factored into the market here. He's had a 46-day break here. They've got the pacemaker in, and I think this track suits Ombudsman better than Sandown, in truth. Pancake flat, I think he can get away from Delacroix here. I think he'll sit on the heels of Havlin and do it that way. I think he's approaching 2 to 1 on the machine. I think he's a bet at that price. I think he's a much better horse than Delacroix, in truth.
Ooh, I love this. We have a difference of opinion, Jeffrey. Winner takes all back in the day. 4 to 9, the Dutch, or 1 to 2, the Dutch. That's a blogger play, isn't it? Lumpy play. You're basically taking on the Jap, a filly that...
What price is the Dutch?
About 2's on.
So blogger could have like 10 to win 5.
Yeah.
Piss on a homeless person on his way into the steakhouse.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, why not? It's sport, that, isn't it? It's sport. It's great British sport.
He's got a special seat in the steakhouse, It's padded out with the pocket money that was destined for children in poverty.
Yeah, he's the one that empties the blind box tin on the counter. You know that old thing they used to put money in, and it's like he's the one that empties it out. Thanks. Andy, coming to you.
I would make it. I'll side with Mr. Quentin, because I think Ombudsman will win this. So we'll go 2 and 2. So you're gonna have to get someone to split us. But I think Ombudsman is a better horse. I thought Delacroix. Everybody was raving about the sectionals, etc., at Sandown, and what a ride it was from Ryan Moore. I thought the horse got him out of trouble.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely shit ride, to be honest with you. I would say that the Japanese horse was a little bit overpriced, and that wasn't a bad run in that Shima Classic. The double's been done twice by Postponed and Mishriff. I mean, to beat Calandangan, and he did quicken up well. Most of his forms at further though. Set the Fires. I don't care that this See the Fire. I don't care that this horse has run well at York before. A record in Group 1s is 0 from 9. So I wouldn't see her winning. Like you, I watch the French stuff. Doesn't settle, does it? And
it's beaten Bay City Roller at the end of the day. Like,
yeah, it was rated
110-ish, yeah, something like that. Like,
yeah, 110, something like that. So it could be, you could try the blogger bet. I mean, I was having fits on Sunday when he was spouting on about my team, which I wish he didn't support, Arsenal. We go into United and thrashing them. I just wish people like that would just shut up. Just really don't. I really don't. Are there always? There must be. I mean, everybody must have somebody who wishes you didn't support the same team, or a celebrity supporter. We've got several. One of which is Piers Morgan. And I just wish the blogger wasn't a gooner as well.
In terms of accent, the Cockneys have got one good saying, right? Just fucking shut up.
Yeah.
You fucking mug.
Yeah.
That they're really
It
good
was,
at that one.
it was like that on Sunday. I thought after we'd scraped a 1-0 win, not playing particularly well, but I just thought, Christ, this lad could stop fucking trains, couldn't he?
Coming on to the 410 to finish off the first day, Andy's gone with Alphonse Legrand, which is, of course, the Severich winner, still only off about £6 higher than when he won that race. So it's down to me, John, and Quentin to try and come up with alternative. I'll kick us off with Fireblade of the Biltong Boys. Yes, I crept in my pants. This one last time beat Al Muhit in the Shergar Cup, had the run of the race, but you've still got to come back to one thing. It's unexposed, this at 2 miles. And look at the family. It's probably a full brother to Cracksman. It just might just find its feet, this. And the Biltong boys can train. Let's be fair to them. They can. The Doiler, so Fireblade for me, I thought was kind of interested in this because that might be his bag. He doesn't quicken. He kind of just gallops. And I think 2 mile here, they'll go handy. They've got the tailwind down the back. Let's hope that everything fans out and gets all the headwind in the faces and can't close. Fireblade for me, around 8.5 to 1. John?
Tricky. Too tricky for me, I thought.
Yeah. Fair enough. Quentin?
Artistic star for me. He's a bit of exactly.
What a
Yes. He is a cunt and he is a thinker, but but there's ability there and price dictates. I think 16 to 1's a shade too big. With the pieces going on first time, showed signs of life last time out at Goodwood, doing well to get as close as he did given the steady pace. I've been waiting for them to put headgear on and the headgear goes on. So small play on artistic star.
John, in it's incredible that sheep on the side of the red. Does to him. What it does, it's like, fucking hell, I've got half a sheep on the side of it. I can run faster now. Like, I can do it. I can do this.
I look forward to cutting this up and playing it back to you after he wins a short head.
And it's got to be egg on face time. Right, for Thursday, this is John's favourite day. He loves all Phillies races. This is why we didn't get Davis on. In fact, if we'd have had Davis on, this podcast would have been 38 minutes because every Phillies race, no. So we go with the Lowther. And I'll kick us off. Just fire it. I think Royal Fixation is an absolute good thing. Trap 11, I'd rather not be 11, but they're going to drop it in anyway. They'll go a decent clip. I'm not worried at all. Venetian Sun and this filly are two incredibly good fillies. Burke even spoke about Venetian Sun being like thrashing 93-year-olds on the gallops. This just wins. This is one of the bankers of the meeting. Sorry to sound like blogger, but 6 to 4, 11 away. I'm a player. I think this just wins. John?
I tend to agree. I thought American Queen was impressive on debut, and then I sort of kept an eye on the form and different ones that come out.
It's shit, isn't it?
Dear me, you know.
Yeah.
I think Ghana probably won 9 months.
Yeah, time shit, form shit.
Yeah, visually you think, whoa, and then when you have a closer look, you think, oh.
Rammel.
Yeah, so I'm not taking this on the floor or whatever the silly.
No, you love this. You love this game like Merton. 11 away.
I don't love this game on a fucking Thursday at York. I'll give you that now.
Quentin, your view?
I'm with you. I think she's just a class apart from these, isn't she? American Queen feels like all style over substance. Form's not worked out. Time very modest, and she short enough in the market with more taking the ride. Thought she'll be a shade of odds on Royal Fixation against these. Like it's strong form, the new market form. It's backed up by the clock, and we're getting 6 to 4 our money. That'll do for me.
Indeed, if you fuckers don't smash up the price listening to this overnight, this could be an edge bet in the morning at 11:08. Andy?
This is a good horse.
This is a good horse.
I thought you'd get that one in before now. It does not my price, not my sort of area of expertise, but I like the trainer actually. I think he's quite a good trainer. But Royal Fixation looks head and shoulders above this mob. Like you, the drawing 11 slightly puts me off, but because you want everything right if you're betting at that price. But Uncle Bill Buick should be able to get it in the right place, and it odds against it doesn't look. I don't often play at that sort of price, but I may well be drawn into it. I won't play before to screw the price over.
Good stuff. 225. Me and Quentin set this one out. Obviously, we
Oh.
are taxed on Song of the Clyde. Mrs. Jonas Lane, what is your view on the Goffs race?
I had a look at the Goffs race. I couldn't find anything of any interest whatsoever. I thought if ladies went out like that, Thruppence none the richer than the other year, I thought I'll just side with him and play it dead fucking lazy because it was too busy for me that race.
Fair play, Mr. Andy.
Right, okie dokie. Right, Cox and the Yogurt Cannon have won 4 of the last 5 renewals of this, so I suppose you've got to have a look at those. So Song of the Clyde was certainly on the short list. Only 3 of the last 19 winners have actually carried penalties, so that would be a little bit against Tadij, who I don't like the draw in stall 1. So Rakib would probably be the pick of the Yogurt Cannon horses. Song of the Clyde would certainly be the pick of the Cox horses. And there's one that I've highlighted before, a horse called Golden Brown. Not sure if he's quite good enough for this. I was hoping they'd run him in one of the nurseries, but he's obviously shooting for the moon and the £500,000. Drawn in 8, I think he's not. If you're looking for a dart in a race like this, then Golden Brown on his Goodwood form is quite interesting from trap 8.
Good stuff. Yeah, very frustrating sometimes for punters. Obviously, they're going for the money to run in a nursery, and you could start unloading, but sadly they don't do that, and this is what they do. There we go. And it's same with fillies in listed races. How many marks are blown by fillies of amazing marks that end up running in listed races? You think shit.
I think we're coming to one of those, aren't we?
Yeah. Right, the Clipper. Andy's on bullet point mentions for Old Cock. Blue for you for John. Leadman, Davis will follow this. Davis is like quadrophenia on this one when he's at the ending and he just fucking goes off white. Bang.
He didn't have a good Saturday, did he? West Ham getting done 3-0.
I know. I felt sorry for him. He was strong on Leadman. I didn't put it out for edge or anything because I know it's a complete fucking bastard. This is what it's always done. If you watch it at Newbury, it skittled off the field out of furlong out. He just went, woof, I'm going left here behind the runner. If it keeps straight, it's won. You've got stall 15. Like John says, Tudob's picked that like the day before. I'm riding that because I'll win on that.
Yeah, actually said he'll win on that.
He'll win.
He's drawn trap 15. To me, it probably don't make much difference because he's going to drop in anyway. But I suppose if you get the brakes and the pace, but he's got to deliver that on the line. That's an absolute.
You think the pace collapses, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, it could happen. And interesting with a 3-year-old, like you said, in the past, because this race isn't filling at the moment, 3-year-olds are getting in the past. You might not get many 3-year-olds running in this.
The equivalent of Julie Andrews writing your life story, though, wouldn't it, if he gets away with this?
Yeah. So, obviously, Andy's tipped on this. Any views on this, Quentin or John?
I'd said that on the Ascot pod, I thought he was a group horse when they ran in the Jersey. Didn't show his form that day, but came out and won last time out when he wasn't tied down by my money. He got £4 for that win. I thought he was idling in front and just wasn't really doing a tap. I still maintain I think he's a group horse in handicap, and I think just being away from good to firm ground will help him as well. He's quite a big, tall horse. I think he's the right way to go for me at 6-1, 11-2, something like that.
That's where I'd probably go with. I get what Andy's saying about bullet point. That's got the perfect draw. It's normally the mile. I don't know how it's going to play out with a win, but basically the draw is perfect for bullet point to just get out and away, and you're in the lap of the gods then. So it's a tough race. I've got no real betting opinion on it myself personally. So 3:35, we move on to the Yorkshire Oaks.
You might as well move on again.
John, I'm coming back to you here. This is where the ghost of Sadiq needs to come back and start entering horses in this.
Yeah.
Because if he entered his 3-mile chaser that's rated 58, right, they'd have to pay 5th place prize money. You'd probably end up with like 16 bags. And if one breaks down at race, you might end up with 32.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just... It's awful, that, isn't it?
But let's go back past winners of the Yorkshire Oaks. It's really bad, isn't it? I mean,
We didn't get sailing like this when there was really good favourites running.
Love, Enable, Sea of Class.
Midday.
We've had an ARC winner in this in 2022.
Yeah.
God almighty, what are we dealing with? But could Mini Hope win an ARC?
No.
No.
I'll go back a bit further. You've had horses like Islington win it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the old
Decent.
Peter Reynolds.
Peeping Form.
Patricia.
Yeah, you're right, John. 2000 Patricia.
Hellenic.
Midday.
Yeah, 2010 was midday.
Diminuendo.
What's gone wrong with the race? Because it can't be prize money.
People have turned into arseholes, basically.
Like literally, yeah.
But there's actually since 2015, there's only been 3 double-figure fields.
It's daft, isn't it? If you've got a filly capable of saying it in the first 5 and they got the Ribblesdale, why wouldn't you have a poke at this?
Well, it seems that way now.
Where are you going to go otherwise?
All you need is Aiden's main runner here to run £7 below form.
Yeah.
You've got the lot.
Good for fucking grabs, isn't it?
And they're fillies. They're fillies at the end of the day. It can happen, can't it? Like it's fillies, it's York, and like you throw a dart at the race. Like, but what fillies are missing from this?
I don't know in the 3-year-old division. The thing for me is you look at the sales like in the past. You've got
where's that thing Gia paid for millions?
Well, there's no blue stock in this year. Via Sistina's in Australia.
Yeah. Like that's still in training, though, isn't it? You've got to me all 4 million quid's worth of it.
Yeah, I think so.
What the fuck's that all about?
I don't know.
Why don't some of the people who run in the Galtres, which is one race later, might win more, even just getting placed in this? I know it's a step up.
They couldn't get a table for the lunch till 2:30.
Compliments to Yorkie. The Oda's dinner there is absolutely tremendous. You get the old beef carvery, and by the way, this isn't Toby carvery standard. This is proper sirloin of beef served up.
Your favourite 2 Easter beers will be tucking in. They'll be coming
they're in all the time. They couldn't. They just run some at this meeting just for that.
In for a box of cakes.
David Easterby's asking it. Oh, this leftover. Just let me know, and I'll come and box it up.
You go to the Purple Door at Doncaster, you get beef curtains. That's a lot better.
Yes, absolutely. The old Purple Door. Times have changed since then. Is Purple Door still going? I don't know. 410 York to finish us off. The Galtres, a little bit of a disappointing lineup. However, I'll kick us off again because I think Sausage Flange, who is in attendance, by the way, on the Thursday.
Sausage Flange?
Yeah, well, there's enough Richmond sausages going up there, isn't there?
I don't know, Andy, is there?
I don't know. I haven't got any. Oh, very nice, though.
So she's there. She's in attendance that Thursday. Coincidence, this. 2 runners in the Galtres. And by the way, I'm saying here, I didn't want to put these in main bets because I thought, fucking hell, it's them and you'd rather them get beat. But, I thought the Dutch here is massive, right? It's a shit race. Aeolian is an absolute beast of a filly. Look at her physically at Newmarket. Look at her physically. What a fucking specimen she is.
You're thinking Harry come there and say, Jockey.
Yes, because Rainbow's Edge after the line at York over the 10, despite stamina doubts on the pedigree, was very strong on the run-out speed.
Yeah.
Round the bend, she was pulling clear. I think she gets it, no problem. So I want to be with Aeolian at 6-1, and I'm covering the other one. And you might even reverse them. Because it makes the news, doesn't it? It makes the fucking news. Yes. Wave your flags. All that shit. I'm with the Queen Camilla. Producer's just giving me rods. So I'm with her on the big reverse forecast and a Dutch bet, Rainbow's Edge and Aeolian. Thoughts on this bad heat?
Did you know Alice Monet and Claude Monet had 6 kids together? That's what I learnt this afternoon while studying for the Galtres.
I love random shit like this. Yeah.
Almost as good as Sunday with the shit that Chris comes up with.
I know,
never knew that about Angela Lansbury. That was a surprising one.
Unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
What about Maurice de Geese, the chocolatier from France?
No, that's Jacques Lemarrois.
Maurice de Geese. Jacques Lemarrois, wasn't it?
He's the French misogynist chocolatier.
Yeah.
Every day's a school day.
Yeah, there you go. Right, Quentin, anyway.
I thought Alice Monet was worth a dabble. Improving steadily. Should improve for a longer trip. I know she had it easy on the front end, but one easy pulling clear at the line. Just appeals as a type that Weld will just keep getting gradual improvement out of, and gradual improvement's going to get you a long way in this field. I thought double figures she was worth a tiny bet.
For Dirty Dermot and Chris Hayes, the Moigler stud runner for Quentin at double figures as a sporting play. John?
I did have a sporting play, but they didn't declare it. Honestly, I was very, very keen on Secret of Love, who hadn't done much wrong since running second to Smoking at HQ last year. I thought, yes. Yeah. And then Baldwin didn't declare it, so I thought, fuck off. So I think it's at the mercy of old sausage flange as she's now going to be known.
Yeah, Andy.
I'm running in with the royalists amongst us. Yeah.
He couldn't bring it to say sausage flange.
The old sausage flange. Yeah, it's a good name, that, isn't it? 3-year-olds have won 21 of the last 27 of this. So, I mean, they must be keen on blowing. Alien hasn't actually got a mark.
Wait till all the listeners tonight get in the fridge and start rearranging the sausages so they look like a flange. Photographing them and sending them in.
I think we're having sausages tonight, so I might have to try and rearrange them.
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah.
Send your photos in, listeners, of your Richmond sausages.
In the shape of a
pair of kippers.
I mean, he has won 3 of the last 12. I mean, this horse, Aeolian, really reminds me of Sea Theme. We won it for 2023.
Yeah.
That one had only raced twice. Won the novice second time out, so he's got previous here, the shirt. So Aeolian with Rainbow's Edge. But I do respect what Quentin said about Alice Monet, because that yard's won it twice as well. That was his only entry as well. Won it with Pale Mimosa and Search for a Song, 2019.
Anybody that can knock 6 kids out and appear in 5 soap operas gets my vote. Well done, Alice.
Superb. Right.
There you go.
We come on to any other business for Friday. I'm going to declare nothing because I'll be honest, I have not the time to study and work and on a daily basis and get Fridays in as well. So I have not studied Friday properly. So I'm not going to waste any listeners' time by rambling on. So I'm going to come to you guys for any other business Friday. John, you first of all.
I'm going to give a token one up here in the Phillies handicap.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Yeah. Now, remember what happened the last time? 28-1 winner.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
This won't be 28-1, but this is significant, this. Zagata. This made a monkey out of Holly Doyle last twice, and for me, is the reason she's lost her job. Massive jockey upgrade. We've got the drunk on.
It's got a book coming out.
It's called
Cocktail Recipes I Have Known.
I thought he might be riding Golden Brown.
Absolutely, yeah, the Stranglers.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll wait.
Yeah, the Stranglers. Yeah.
Maybe Light Brown.
Yeah,
well. But yeah, that's quite an interesting one for me. I think the stronger handling will make a lot of difference.
Ollie off, O'Sheen on.
Yeah,
is the angle there, and you're blasting in at 3s there, John, for some big bets. Right, okay, that's your Friday fare from Mr. Leng. Quentin, anything Friday for you that floats your boat?
Absolutely nothing at this stage. Draw and what's going to get entered, and absolutely nothing at this stage. The one in the notebook that would probably be most of interest would be Haggis's in the closer. Still think he's a very well handicapped horse off 89 Seaforce, but he's got a few entered, and so a case of seeing what happens there. He'll be the most interesting one from the notebook for the day.
Good stuff, mate. Andy finishes off.
Well, it's nice to know that my 2 esteemed colleagues might read my eponymous column, Beating the Bias, because Zagata was that John flagged. I certainly gave that a good mention last time in the column and thought he got an absolute shit right, but I didn't quite say that. But that's certainly one on the short list. Seaforce, who Quentin's just mentioned, would certainly be another one. I will go back to that 410. There's another one, that Irish horse, that is completely confounds me every time. Akatecha. who's must win a decent race soon. I would look at that. And then the first race there, the 150. Not sure which horse Mr. Vegetables is going to run here, but he's got Defiance and French Duke. Both of them are actually got similar entries at Hamilton and Goodwood, so might be worth taking the hint which one he runs at York and which one he runs elsewhere. But that would be my lock for Friday at the moment.
Good stuff. And that is to finish us off. We hope you've enjoyed this, and we hope we can provide you with profits over the coming days. If you're at York, we are there on Wednesday in the middle, Thursday in the County Stand, Champagne Lawn, if you want to come and join the Barstew's gang. Other than that, Friday, we are back to cover Saturday's meeting, which is, of course, Ebor Day for our second pod of the week. So don't forget to join us then. That's all from us. Bye for now.